Hey, and welcome back to Generation X Youth Sports Network. It is going down in Houston, Texas. Some of the best football you'll see all year. No exception here as we talk about the 9 and under division. I got to tell you, two special teams here, Corey. Georgia Eagles, your defending, runner-up as they lost to Twin City. But the year before, man, they just been on a tear. Gold-blooded Titans, the pride of Texas. Two teams that's really matching up. And talking about a Texas versus Georgia matchup, who do you like here and the reason why?
So, this is a juggernaut game. This is not going to be as the kickoff is actually muffed. He picks it up 13 and he goes around and wrapped up. This is one of those games that can be defining just like the game before, right? The game before we see two big matchups, interstate matchups, and now we get out here. I mean, not interstate. We got the Georgia and Texas matchup. Come back out in the same thing. I'm leaning toward Georgia in this, just because they played on the big stage, and coming up against Twin City. Man, that game last year was a very, very good game, and both teams look very good. And I saw Twin City last week firing on all cylinders. I can't wait to see how the Georgia Eagles come off today here in Houston.
Well, you say a lot of things. Like, you look at Georgia Eagle, and they're a multi-dimensional team, and at that age, you usually have to run heavy team. But this team can put it in there. They can press you. They can go vertical. So there's a lot of things that they bring to the table. They give fits for a defensive coordinator. Speaking of fits, right now, hand off to the right-hand side, number 13. Nothing there as he's caught at the line of scrimmage. But the strength to the Titans. Now, listen, gold-blooded defensive line, the front seven. The coaches said they're atrocious. And I'm like, what do you mean, bad? No. I mean, bad isn't bad. You can't block these guys up front. So you look at the defensive tackles. They're going to be hard to block. Will they be able to adjust to the fast pace that the Georgia Eagles usually put up? And will they be able to adjust to the vertical game? So this is a great matchup early in the season in August that really these teams can put in some work. But it also helps us from a ranking standpoint to see how these teams match up early. Because, listen, they'll play their regular league schedules in Texas. They'll play their league schedules in Georgia. But this gives us a national feel of how both of these teams can compete nationally. And after number 9, Mr. Rector still on his feet. He'll get out to around the 40-yard line. So positive yards for Georgia Eagles there, but not much there. Brings up second and a long 5.5 quarter.
It's third. It should be third down. Yep.
Third. Excuse me. Third and a long 5.5. And look for them. And I like about this coaching staff for Georgia Eagles. They'll throw all the tricks at you, reverses, counters. They'll give you some hard counts. So you'll see it all come out of the box here. They don't treat this like preseason. They treat this like midseason. They don't come out here and say, hey, let's just work on a couple plays. You're going to see everything from their offensive side come out today here in Houston. And there's that hard count I was referring to.
Yeah.
But they did not call him coach, so they get back and they get back on side.
So they should have called a false start for the
receiver.
player.
Yeah, the receiver actually came off the line. He was clapping it up, thinking that they got the all sides. Quarterback calls for the ball, hand off to number 9. He has a little room, runs off tackle, but won't make it to the first down. So that's going to be fourth down. So it's decision time for the Georgia Eagles. Will they punt or are they going to go ahead and go for it?
Early in the game, it's fourth down. I'm punting the ball just because it's no reason to get the ball up right here. You're given if you don't make it, they're going for it.
Corey, let me tell you something about this Georgia team.
They're going
super aggressive. So throw your coaching hat out the window.
It's gone. It's out. It's out.
And hold on to your seats. Now they'll need to watch the ball here because they're definitely going to get the hard count. Hand off to the right-hand side. And man,
he puts his shoulder down, but it wasn't enough to get the first down. Good hard run, but after going sideways, left, right, they try to hit off tackle.
Yeah.
Pretty good game, but doesn't get the first down, and also gives gold-blooded Titans the ball within their own territory.
Yeah. Well, hey, the first battle goes to gold-blooded Titans. The defense bend but didn't break. Stopped and turnover on downs, 1st and 10. So now we'll get a look at this gold-blooded Titans offense. We've heard a lot about their defense. We've heard about their defensive tacklers, which just definitely held their own right now. But here's the offense that we haven't heard much about. So here's the hidden nugget for gold-blooded. No pun intended.
And they come out in the spread offense. 9 years old, y'all. Spread offense got the motion. Handoff.
Flags out early.
Okay. All right.
And that's going to be false start. So they'll back him up 5 yards. Doesn't start the way that Gold-Blooded wanted to start.
No.
To play a team like Georgia Eagles, which is used to playing top-notch competition, you got to kind of play mistake-free football, Corey.
And now we at 9U. Of course, no coach on the field.
Thank God. I'm not a fan of coaches on the field.
I mean, I like this spread. Now, if it's spread just to run the ball is one thing, but if they start throwing that ball around, I think that's going to open up passing lanes and running lanes for him. Oh, my, they was in the backfield from the beginning, but he turns the corner.
Nothing there.
Nothing at all. Did you see the big defensive tackle on the very Warren Sapphish right there?
Yeah, big guy but quick on his feet. And look at the size of number 2. He's gonna plug the holes for you over at Georgia Eagles. And so that type of play will not fool the Eagles. They see that a lot back at home in Georgia. But like you said, if this spread is going to be something where they go vertical and go down the field, then that's what we're definitely looking for.
Yeah.
Comes out, same formation, quarterbacks and shotgun. Twins to the top and the bottom of your screen. Player in motion.
No movement from the defense whatsoever. And they throw the ball.
Oh,
he drops it.
That ball is live.
Is it live?
There's no whistles called yet, so let's see.
Is it live?
There's not a whistle yet on the field.
Oh, well, the ref went and touched it. Oh, you got to teach.
Yeah,
you got to teach your players to
pick it up and scoop it, because sometimes these refs will go with it.
Yeah,
you know,
it's all about how you do.
Away,
yeah.
The ref's gonna say, you know what?
You ended the play.
Yeah,
yeah,
you're right. And that's what I would teach my kids from a coach's perspective. Hey, we'll figure it out after the refs blow the whistle.
And it's like a drill. You just do. Yeah. Scoop that ball up and take it to the house.
We'll figure it out later.
Big third down here for Gold-Blooded Titans. Motion again. This time the quarterback's keeping it. Big run by the quarterback.
Nice play,
he splits 2 people.
and listen.
Woo.
Listen, that's 2 calls that go different ways. You say, hey, man, you do quarterback draw on 3rd and 15. What type of call is that? But when you get it, it's the best call ever. Huh?
Oh, no. Hey, coach.
No one was expecting.
I knew that was going to happen. The coach is over there. Yeah, all right, y'all thought y'all had us behind the gun, but no, sir.
1st and 10, Gold-Blooded. Here we go. So Gold-Blooded now on the 20-yard line. They're on the move. After the quarterback calls his own number, 16-yard run. They needed 15 yards for a first. Got 16 yards on the carry.
Motion.
Player in motion. High snap. This time it's a counterback, and he gets body slammed into the turf. And the ball is on the ground.
And
he got
ball.
decapitated. And thank you very much. It's number 21 for the Georgia Eagle picks up his early Christmas gift in August, and it's Georgia Eagle 1st and 10.
Wow. So a very big play from both ways. A very big play by Gold-Blooded Titan picks up the 1st down, right? After 3rd and very long. And then the very next play, fumble on the play. But if you look at it, the defensive line had pressure. They was in the backfield. Once they was in the backfield, they created havoc. Georgia Eagle comes out in the I formation. Yeah, we have a late player running on the field. Oh, they're in the power eye. Power eye right. Ball snap, hand to the running back. Makes one miss, puts his shoulder down, but is clobbered. We have a flag on the play. And it's against Georgia Eagles, so this will back them up.
So, Corey, this weekend, there's a lot of sexy matchups in this youth football lineup. What's the game you're most looking forward to see go down here at the YMC preseason battles this week?
Oh, man. I want to see of course, the late night matchup is going to be a real good game. Oh, man.
Strong run by number 21. Not only does he come up with the fumble, but on his first carry,
He
showed you
just-
some powerful running.
He just pulls everybody with him. That's a fullback play right there. But of course the late night game. But I want to see the DEA and ABN game on 12U. I think that's gonna be a good game.
Yeah.
Not ABN. It's DEA and
Lauderhill Lions under 13 and under as well. That's going to be a movie. You're talking about 13 matchup, defending national champs, which is DEA taking on Lauderhill Lions, which is a former champ from 3 years ago. Two teams with championship pedigree. What better way to really just kick off football? Where it's like Larry Holmes taking on Mike Tyson or Ali taking on Mike Tyson. Two teams or two guys that once
that's
held
been
the belt.
there. Held the belt. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
so you know that both of the coaching staffs are seasoned. They've been on the big stage, and then it's just time for some good football, good execution. So I'm excited about that game, and I think everybody in Texas is excited to see Rail Breeds take on RCU at 11-11.
Yeah. That's gonna be our end cap game. Oh my goodness, another.
For today, so flag on the field. That's going to be false start, and that's part of preseason. Corey, you'll see that.
You got to get those jitters out.
Oh, yeah.
This is the first game. We can say this is the second game, but in hindsight, this is like the first game because it's 9 in the morning. These kids are out here playing football, and they bodies are just getting acclimated. So, penalties are a part of the game. If it wasn't, they'd take it out.
Handoff once again.
Oh my goodness!
And he is a load to tackle. I can tell you, he's setting the tone early.
Yes, he is.
He's coming through there like old school Jerome Bettis.
Yes, the bus is in town. What's the other kid name? Other guy's name? Goodness gracious.
Marshall Lynch. He's running like
Marshawn
a beast.
Lynch. Yeah, he's running like him. Run one person too. But I'm a little bit more old school. Natron Means.
Oh yeah, no one but you and a couple people are gonna know who
Natron
Means
Means.
is on this
Man,
podcast.
he was one of them. He was one of them guys that didn't care who you were. He wasn't trying to shake you. I'm running through your face. Oh,
Play action. Quarterback is up.
He is wide
He's
open
by
double
himself.
zero.
He's at the 50. That's one play
Oh,
today. He'll cut back. It's a foot race. He's to the 40. And he'll get cut down around the 32-yard line. But that is the offense I was telling you about, Corey. Quick strike capability of this Georgia Eagles. They're going to put pressure on these defensive backs to play football today.
And for run heavy, and then you go play action. At this age group, any age group right now, in youth football, that's very hard. And they go back to number 21, and he's banging. Oh, he breaks it!
And his flag's on the play, so this might come back. And he's saying holding 21. I've seen the call, but it's just showing you the evenly matched, what I'm telling you, a very well balanced offense, vertical and coming out with a power game. How do you stop this if you're gold blooded?
Well, gold blooded, what they have to do is wrap up. Okay, because the first initial hit, they're there to make the hit. The problem is that they're not wrapping up and taking the person to the ground.
Well, you don't want to wrap up. You see 21 coming at you too.
No. I mean, listen.
Listen, these kids got to make a business decision.
I'm a little seasoned. I ain't trying to tackle 21 either. I'm going to let him. He might walk through my arm tackles.
And that's what I meant, Corey, early in the broadcast when I tell you 21 is setting the tone. And what do I mean by that? Mm-hmm. Listen, sometimes you can probably fake a guy out, get about 4 or 5 more yards. Or you can lower your pads and set the tone and say, listen, you're going to have to do this the whole entire game.
And what I saw after he busted out of that was a little speed? Because nobody could really close in on him. Nobody really closed in on him at all. So I give you another power back. Christian Okoye.
Oh, yeah.
The Nigerian Nightmare. Yeah. I mean, that guy there.
Yeah.
Not only was he big, fast, he was very physical. He would run through your face over and over again.
And unless Goldblood has an Atwater on that other side, it's going to be a long day for them trying to tackle number 21.
Yes, sir. So, hey, people out in Georgia land, go ahead and let us know who 21 is. What's his name? Drop his name off in the comments for us, because as of now, he's come up defensively and offensively. The kid is out there to play. So what you see last year with Georgia, and now what you see today, does it look pretty familiar to you, or do you see some wrinkles in
Well,
it?
I saw them earlier this year. They actually took on Twin City in a defensive battle. So I've watched them in person already this year. So they have grown, and they're still growing. So there's a team that you can expect to be there at the end. They'll be definitely be in the hunt for a national championship again. They're that type of quality team, and they have that type of coaching staff. And this kid, I'm super impressed with 21.
I really am.
I like how he lowers his pad and he runs with a low center of gravity. This kid is what we call a football player. You can just tell from his running style, and to be 9 years old with that aggressive running style, and that's just hats off to that coaching staff and to this kid.
Only thing I would tell them is, so they bringing the blitz here, hand off to 22. Is that 22?
That is correct. 22.
Hand off to 22. And it was a good pickup, but it's third and long because with penalties they got themselves behind the gun. With what I would say about 21 on that last play where he got the ball, his shoulder pads are low and nobody's really trying to tackle him. He took himself out of that play. If he runs at pad level, he would, and that right there brings up the end of the first quarter. Score still 0-0.
Absolutely. Score 0-0 right here on Generation XU Sports Network. Global Titans, Georgia Eagles right here at the YNC preseason action. Second quarter of action right here, score 0-0. If you're just tuning in the broadcast, Georgia Eagles not in their traditional green. Ball is up, wide open number 4, and that passing game is added to again. He's down to around the 7-yard line, and Georgia Eagles are lighting it up through the air. You're seeing a very well-balanced 9-0 team as his quarterback is throwing strikes. He's 2 for 2 right now. And listen, Corey, these wide receivers don't have to break stride. The ball is right there where you would want it over your shoulder and keep running.
So what I do like is that they're not doing anything extra fancy. They know that they're going to run the ball. The defense know they're going to run the ball, and they just he puts his good run
22,
here.
Tough running touchdown, Georgia Eagles.
Oh,
They
wow.
go up at the beginning of the second quarter, score 6-0 with a very, very balanced offense all the way down the field, passing and running. You got to pick your poison if you're the Titans right now, Corey.
Well, what I think the Titans need to do is identify. Okay, they understand that they're gonna run the ball. They lined up in a run formation, double tight ends, power eye. They coming downhill at you.
Here's your point after attempt, wishbone formation. Hand off to number 21 to the left-hand side. He'll be piled up behind the line of scrimmage. Extra point would be no good, so your score is 6-0. So, Corey, what I see is happening is because that efficient running that Georgia Eagle is doing, the defensive backs' eyes are getting caught in the backfield. So if you notice, every pass, these running backs or wide receivers are past the actual DBs. They're about 5 yards deeper than the deepest man for the defensive backs. Why? Because they've had to been on run stopping and run enforcement since the game beginning. So their eyes are getting caught in the backfield all day.
So, and what they're letting, and like I said, they need to identify what they're not allowing themselves, or maybe this could be a coaching moment, because what I've been saying all day, this is the time that you coach your kids up. That those tight ends are leaking out by themselves. Nobody is guarding. When the 2 pass plays we've seen, it's at least 5 to 10 yards. Number 1 is a giant. Is he? Where is he going?
All right, so we get ready for kickoff here. If you're just joining the broadcast, the score is 6-0 Georgia Eagles over Gold-Blooded Titans, and it has been all Eagles thus far offensively. Titans are only so far converting one first down with the quarterback draw for a 16-yard gain.
Yes.
Besides that, no gain of yards at all from the Blue Button Titans. So we'll see if they can respond to this touchdown against the Eagles as they'll get ready to receive the ball in second quarter action here in Houston, Texas, YNC action.
So with that being said, that big first down, that was a very, very big first down run that they got. The very next play with the fumble. So this is where adversity comes in. Can they build on it?
All right, number one, biggest guy on the football field getting ready to kick it off.
Okay, nice kick. Oh, they're chasing after the ball. It's picked up by number 4. Looking for some blockers. There's nobody there. Nobody there at all. Well, and guess who makes the tackle? Big number 21.
Yeah, all over the football field.
Yeah. Y'all go ahead in Georgia, even in Houston, gold-blooded Titan fans. Y'all share the live. Y'all also like the live and tag your people off in here. If they not in the place to be, which this is the place to be on this beautiful Saturday, then go ahead and tag them. We really want everybody in Houston to come on out. Let's enjoy some good, hard-nosed football. Gold-blooded Titan comes out, different formation now. They're not in the spread. They look like they're in double tight. Single formation with running back. They hand it off to the wing back, and he's taken down kind of aggressively.
Yeah, well, number 10 shoots in the backfield. That's going to be a loss about 4 yards. Georgia Eagles all over it. Second and long for gold-blooded. Handoff to the left-hand side. Has a little room there. Baseball player missing. He's off to the races. Out to the 40-yard line. Quickly ran down. It looked like he had a lot of room there, but number 7 closed on him very fast. Nice game for gold-blooded.
Picks up that second first down.
Absolutely. Nothing to move the chains.
And
that was created from misdirection because this Georgia Eagles defense, listen, they want to hit the first thing that moves. And so that's the way you run against a very aggressive defense. Give them that look to the first side. Let the linebackers go ahead and just react instead of read and react. And that's how they can get some positive yards. So it's still going to be third down. A 1 yard is for a first. So he got close to the first down markers, but didn't convert. Now it's a first, so that's enough to move the chains for gold-blooded. And now gold-blooded is on the move.
ball handed off to number 22.
Second and 8 for Glow Button. Huddle up, try to get a play in, and continue this drive. This is positive yards for Glow Button right now, Corey. They're having some success running off tackle and running misdirection plays here. They'll come out in a tight formation, all running formation, one setback, and this time quarterback will call his own number in and out. Ball's on the ground.
Goodness.
And then George Eagle scoops up the ball. He has some blockers, and it's going to be a foot race, ladies and gentlemen.
And
he's down to the 10. Block, and that's going to be touchdown. Eagles. The press box is shaking over here in Houston.
They done turned our lights on.
Moving the actual press box here. They're letting you know they're happy about these Eagles going up 2 touchdowns to 0. And you can hear them in the background. So now the Eagles do it offensively, Corey, and defensively.
Yes.
Really dominating in multi fashions of the game. Coming out here early in the preseason, showing you why they've been a YNC top contender nationally. Any place they put foot on the turf, they're here to compete.
And we talked about the scoop and score earlier, and now you see exactly why you do the drill and how this can turn a game very quickly. Like the game now, it's 12-0. How can Gold-Blooded Titans turn this around for them and for the rest of this day?
Well, listen, anyone who's ever played the King Boy know that the psyche's a big part of football. Okay, and so you go up 2-0. You look at the body language now on Georgia sidelines, and you look at the body language. You see a lot of players sitting on the bench over there for the Titans because it's just not the score; it's the momentum.
Yes.
And when these kids ride that high or that wave, I should say, listen, you got to be able to reel your kids in if you're on that opposite side of that wave and say, listen. They scored 2 touchdowns, but we can get it back just as easy as they did. Let's go back there and attack it 1 touchdown at a time. But right now, the Eagles are rolling.
So anytime you're down, you have to go back to what I think works best for you. When they came back from the spread and they came into the more power set offense. What happened was they started to move the ball. That Aaron fumble hurt a lot. So this is the second turnover for them.
Yeah.
And turnovers, you cannot win the game.
Yeah, absolutely. And so that was the best success that Gold-Blooded had it so far this afternoon. And on the best drive that they have, they unfortunately put it on the carpet. And Georgia Eagles kind of just stifled that momentum. So now here we'll go once again. Here's where you'll be able to detect where Gold-Blooded's heart is at right now. Once they kick this ball off, we'll see if that offense is going to go back to business as usual, or if they just kind of punch it in already and say, you know what, let's just get through the rest of this day, enjoy everybody out here in Texas, and eat some Texas barbecue. So we'll find that out on this next series. I really think so. So number one with the kickoff. They'll kick it off at the 35-yard line. Ball is up, and he'll pooch kick it. And it's in and out of hand. It's muffed. But he's got some room. Makes one player miss. Shoestring tackle, to the 43.
By number 6.
Oh, yeah. And that's where the Titans will set up their offense, ladies and gentlemen. So if you're just joining us, score 12-0.
Pretty good field position right here.
14-0. And the conversion was good. And just to kind of recap those touchdowns on the first was a drive-by, a methodical drive by the Eagles with the combination of run and pass, where they came out there and just looked like one of the best 9U teams in the country.
Yes.
And then, second, they were giving up some yards against the Titans and then just came out and fumbled. And Titans, Georgia Eagles was able to scoop the ball and cash it in 12-0, and that's your score recap for this game thus far. So Titans have shown that they can run against this offense.
They just have to have that ball security.
Yeah.
And that's just period. You don't want to throw picks. You don't want to fumble the ball. They come out, handoff.
Not much there.
Not much, but for a smaller back, he stuck his foot in the ground. He got as much as possible that he could get.
Yeah, well, you got these Eagles smelling some blood in the water. Is number 4 just kind of tosses him backwards and does his little Ray Lewis impersonation. So that's going to bring up 2nd and I want to say 12 for Gold-Blooded. Great matchup early in the season. These two teams have been wanting to get at each other for a couple of years now. Glad we were here to facilitate it. Going to the line of scrimmage, nothing there. They'll be piled up, and they're saying that they're showing signals that it's Eagles ball, that the ball's on the ground. Let's see what the refs call. They'll call it down. But I'm telling you, this is what I'm telling you. The momentum is on the Eagles side. The Eagles are trying to strip the ball now. They're like, man, I'm not going to let him just be the only one scoop and score. I want a touchdown too.
And you know what? When you start to get a defense that is hungry like that and actually want to hit people, they actually want to take the ball. Once that clicks in them, man, you start seeing people strip and try to get the ball the whole time. And that's where you start seeing those untimely fumbles.
Corey, tight formation
I don't
once
think
again.
it's a timely fumble, right?
Yeah, I don't think there's ever been a timely fumble.
Quarterback keeps it. Oh, big run.
He's lifting. He's off to the shoestring tackle. Otherwise, he's still running.
Oh my!
This kid has some explosion, small in size, big in surprise. Doesn't have a lot of height out there, but man, he has that what?
Pew pews. Man, so what? Great call by the offensive coordinator, not because it was just that dynamic of the play, but what he did was like, you know what, this kid is gonna get us something, and they went for it. So big first down pickup for him.
Handoff right up the middle. Little push
he's
there.
Driving.
Yeah, and part of his size, man, he gets lost behind those offensive linemen.
Yes.
And all of a sudden, you see him burst out in the open field, and a shoestring tackle saves the day, preserves the goose egg thus far.
Yeah.
I see goose egg is an old school. Let me do what the kids do. They preserving that hot donut right now.
So Gold-Blooded has some time on his side.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's just about being consistently getting gains and go back to the quarterback. Oh my goodness, he's very shifty.
Very.
Shifty.
He ran in and out of the tackle box three times.
If I'm not mistaken, that was the best 1 yard play I done seen.
Yeah.
I mean, he only got about 1 yard, but I mean, he went into a hole, came out the hole, and came back. That is very talented. You know what I would go back with him? Is back to the spread and opening up for him, right? The tight formation was good for handing off the running backs and stuff, but I think you got to get this kid some space.
So that's going to bring up second and, I want to say 2. They can get a first before going into what we call the red zone or the goal area. So 2nd and 2, they can get a first around the 12-yard line. So they're back into that tight formation again. And you might expect those lead backs actually going on and taking on the linebackers and that quarterback following. And that's how they've been successful.
Ball is snapped, hand off to the running back,
Oh, yeah.
right up the middle.
Right up the middle.
Oh my goodness, good hard running.
Very physical play by Gold-Blooded, and they're responding. So we said on this particular drive, we would really be able to tell if they were going to go ahead and just try to respond or cash it in, and they're responding. That's 1st and goal, Gold-Blooded.
You know what I'm watching about the Georgia Eagles? They are swapping out their D tackles in and out, keeping these big guys fresh.
Yeah. Quarterback's going to call his own number again. He'll run right behind his block to the right-hand side. And they'll mark it with about, let's see where they set the sticks. That's probably going to be about a 3-yard gain. That's going to make it 2nd and goal. They'll be spotted at the 3-yard line. Gold-Blooded in their best field position thus far all day. And not by luck. This is a methodical drive that they're driving against the Georgia Eagles down the field. Timeout on the field. Back to the joint. Thanks for joining us back on the action after the timeout. Gold-Blooded threatening to score against the Georgia Eagles at the 3-yard line. 2nd and goal. Bunch formation. Quarterback is direct snap. And he'll run into a Georgia wall.
Yeah. I don't know.
He's going to the well too many times with that play, Corey. and they're kind of sniffing it out.
I know if you go this way, you probably can see that. I don't know. Yeah, so remember I said let's go to the spread so that it gives them some lanes. But they went to the spread and then they put 2 more people right in the middle, which I don't think it opened it up that much.
So they'll need to get the down and distance marks together here. They switched it. I'm sure that's not the correct down and distance mark as it went to the first down marker.
Yeah, it looked like he lost yards. He shouldn't have lost yards.
Well, he did. He lost on that particular. He lost yards, but it's not first down.
No, it isn't first down. No, this should be third down right here.
Quarterback calls his number, gets to the outside, and touchdown, gold-blooded. As the quarterback was able to go ahead and just bait him to the inside and explode it to the outside, and that was really, that drive was on his back. His legs got him down there in scoring position and cashed in for gold-blooded. The score is 14-6.
Very talented kid, very good run, and I think that they found their niche, or what they need to go to the well. Now go back to, and it's basically getting him in the open space. Like, this kid is very talented. Let's see what they do here to get on the for the extra point.
Point after attempt at the 3-yard line. They'll strap it up, and quarterback calls his number again, and the conversion is good.
Oh,
he has the hot hand right now, Corey. Smallest kid on the field, but he is making it happen for gold-blooded.
And you got the hot hand. You got to feed him. You got to feed him. Marshawn said that the best feed me. And so, not Marshawn, what's his name? Ezekiel. Feed me. He's ready for it. As a big stage, and it looks like he's ready for that big stage. But right here, we have right here in the second quarter, 14-8. Gold-blooded Titan has to have a very good defensive stance, or do something that they haven't done, which is get a turnover. Right here on the kickoff. Getting that ball back might, put a little more spark behind them.
Well, Corey, they haven't been able to slow this Georgia Eagles offense down yet. Georgia Eagles have been able to do what they want on the ground and in the air. They've displayed patience, they've displayed balance, and they haven't been even close to punting. So what Gold-Blood needs now is a way to say, hey, we've identified your big runners, big number 22, big number 21, or stop this quarterback from just doing what he wants. Like I said, he's only 2 for 2, but those 2 for 2 really count. So we'll see right now if Gold-Blood Titans have an answer for that offense. So before we kind of jump to that, let's start it off with the kickoff, and that'll be kicked to midfield. That'll be received at the 50-yard line. Number 22, the big back, still on his feet, dragging players like he always does, doing it on special teams as well. And he'll get out to around the 41-yard line, and that is where the Georgia Eagles will set up their offense in pretty good field position for Georgia Eagles, starting at the 41-yard line of the Gold-Blooded Titans.
So 1 minute, 18 seconds left. 1:08
left in the half, Corey.
Yes.
Time is running. It's time to go. So they'll try to cash in before this half expires. Quarterback's in shotgun, spread formation, hands off to the receiver, and he has open field. Tough run.
Very tough.
He'll get close to the first down.
Not a very big guy, and he put his shoulder down to finish that run off.
Number 13, he's shaking his shoulder like, hey, man, I feel a little stinger there.
Yeah, he's shaking it on.
So that's going to bring up 2nd and 2. Same formation once again. Player in motion to the opposite side this time.
Number 8 on the
Number
carry.
6. And he's hitting the backfield.
My spotter's not working for me.
And that's going to be holding. So that will back the Eagles up. Call those drive killers. So as the Eagles are trying to cash in before the half, penalty backs him up 10 yards from the spot of the foul.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 2nd and long coming up. good. 326. Whatever. So we have a timeout here. Got to talk it over.
Well, and they call it a timeout now, Corey. Like I told you, they want points right now, so they want to get on the field, get out here, execute. So they're gonna say, hey, what's our 3 best plays to get us down here, execute? And you can guarantee, out of those plays, Georgia Eagles going to definitely go to the air. And on the other side, Gold Blood is saying, hey, listen, cornerbacks, don't get caught with your eyes in the backfield this time. Lock onto your man. Don't let anyone get deeper than the deepest man. But you can tell the safety just was caught center field. They're trying to play this throwing team in a cover 1. You got to be careful when you do that. Now, I can respect they want to go. They don't want to bring that safety in the backfield and a cover 2 because he's been down there for run support. Mm-hmm. So, again, I told you earlier in this broadcast, you got to pick your poison. You're going to bring that safety down in the box and stop the running of 21 to 22, or you're going to defend the pass. So, they've made their choice. They're in a cover 1. That safety is up in the box as a linebacker, ladies and gentlemen. You can look at the screen now, and they're expecting run.
Now they come out in the spread. This is a passing formation. 0-0 caught the big pass earlier, and they're looking to throw. Quarterback keeps it.
That looks like a design run. He just pulled the ball and ran to the wide side of the field. So that looked like a design run. But the defense was in the right position. They were able to contain it.
With this timeout, I would really be thinking that they're drawing up a pass play. I mean, they need a chunk of yards, and they've been getting yards on the ground, but they're more of those grinded out power runs. They only had one, and it was called back where 21 busted it, and it was called back. Now, I think they have to go to the air. They have to let the ball fly, and I think this is the play to do it here with 11 seconds left. My spotter is not helping. Here we go. Got a motion. And it looks like it's passed the whole way. He throws it to 13. What a bullet!
And he's going to score, ladies and gentlemen. They drew up a play from the backyard neighborhood. I can tell you, buddy, that worked for him. And that's called a flood play. If you looked at that play, Corey, they were able to bring that back out of the backfield while the other receivers did slant patterns, ran right at the safety, and ran a wheel route right underneath it, wide open. Very well executed by the Georgia Eagle with only seconds left in the half.
Seconds. And like I said, coming out of that timeout, you had to come up with something big. You can't come out and say, oh, let's run 21, let's run 22. It had to be, and the defense should have known. It's going to be passed, it's going to be passed, it's going to be passed. But that's a pass play they haven't seen so far.
That's a pass play I haven't seen before. So congrats to Georgia Eagles for letting these kids dissect the multi-dimensions of different routes. That offense looks very nice. They're flowing. And like I said before this drive, it was going to see if, and we'll discuss this after the point after attempt. And 12 to the back of the end zone, point after attempt is good. Georgia Eagles are rolling. So, like we said before this drive, man, would they be able to stop this offense? And they have not had any answers. They're doing what they want in the air and on the ground. It's the Eagles' offense it's unstoppable thus far against the Titans.
So that brings up halftime. Now you have to go to the drawing board. You really have to get down to what do we have to do to change what's going on. The passing game, they have had no answer for.
Well, it's philosophy, Corey. It's not just about, hey, what are we going to do? It's a philosophy of how you want to attack this Georgia offense from a defensive standpoint. You're not going to beat them in a cover one. Mm-hmm. So you're going to have to just sacrifice and let your players say, hey, man, you got to step it up front. Our safety's not going to be involved in run support. He needs to get back here and stop what's killing us, which is in the air. So that's going to be number one. So we got to change the defensive philosophy for the Gold Button Titans. And you listen, for what they've done recently offensively, they're okay. They found something that works against the Georgia offense, Georgia Eagles defense.
Mm-hmm.
They've been successful with the quarterback set, but how long can he last being a smaller quarterback against these bigger defensive linemen with the quarterback draw, quarterback draw, quarterback draw? Will that wear down their best player sooner or later when you're talking about the smallest guy on the football field trying to run up against a big defensive? So two different philosophies of football right now. Georgia Eagles are back, and I've watched Georgia Eagles play games early this year in different tournaments, and they've been run heavy. Number 22 in certain tournaments, he dominated the game. Even in the tournament that they played in the War Zone when I was in Atlanta, they weren't too pass efficient. Today, they're back to the old Georgia Eagles. The quarterback is back. They're back on tune. This is the Georgia Eagles that everyone knew about. They were like, did Georgia Eagles lose a step because they lost to a couple teams early this year already? They lost 2 games already. Is that the old Georgia Eagles gone? I think they've responded to the nation. They said, hey, we're back. Our passing game is back to where it was of the old. All right, guys, when we come back, it'll be action right here. Houston, Texas, YMC. And welcome back to Generation X Youth Sports Network. Of course, special edition with the breakdown. Here in Houston, Texas, YNC action, 9 and under U division.
Kick was bobbled there, but he finds a crease.
And the ball
the ball is out, but they say he's down.
Down by contact.
Yeah. So we're live out here. This is Field 1, the stadium at Klein Forest High School. We still have 2 other fields. We have Field 2 and Field 3. So it's a lot of football that's happening out here. It's just not right here. So come on out. If you're in Houston, close by, come down and support and watch all this good preseason football.
Flags on the play.
Oh, that ref is pointing the kids out. After the flag brings up a 1st and 5. Handoff to the running back, and he cuts and makes a big cut. Gets upfield. Play looked like he was supposed to go outside, and he cuts up the middle and gets the most yards he can. Picks up a 1st down for GBT.
Handoff right up the middle. Gain of 2 yards. Not a lot there as he runs into the teeth of that Georgia Eagles defense.
On 2nd down, not much there at all. Brings up 3rd down and long. Let's see what they can dial up here. Ball is snapped, handed off. Runs into a wall, nowhere to go at all right there. Fourth and long, and they're going for it. Okay, some 1st quarter action, back to the spread offense. Motion, Ball is snapped over his head. He picks it up. No, he doesn't. Ball is on the ground. It looks like the Georgia Eagles have recovered the fumble. So Georgia Eagles takes over after the errant snap.
So Gold-Blooded Titans can't get out of the way of their own selves. They're trying to get back into the game. High snap, fumble on the play. And as we said earlier in the broadcast, you cannot make mistakes against national powerhouse teams. You really just got to make sure you execute to give yourself a chance. So when you have, this is now their third turnover, man, it's really going to be a hard mountain to climb for Gold-Blooded to get back in here, trailing 22-8 with 6 minutes and 24 seconds left in the third quarter. Georgia Eagles come out, wishbone formation, hand off to number 21. Gets his steam going, and he'll just run through tackles like he usually does. Nothing fancy about his style of football. Lowers his pads and carries a couple players with him. So that's going to bring up 2nd and 5 for the Eagles. Clock is ticking, 6 minutes and 6 seconds in the third quarter action. So Gold-Blooded Titans are going to have to start watching this clock, trying to make some stops. They show blitz now. They all come down in the blocks. Wishbone formation.
Ball is snap. Handoff to 22. Hitting the backfield. Big hit in the backfield there.
0-0 flexing as he should, as he was able to make a big tackle in the backfield. That's going to be about a loss of 7 on the play.
Well,
that's going to bring up 3rd and long. Let's see where they spot the ball.
I think they stopped it where it's
forward progress.
where forward progress was. So it looked like a bigger loss, but they stopped at forward progress. So still 3rd and manageable, especially for the Georgia Eagles.
Absolutely. So if you're the defensive coordinator of the Gold-Blooded Titans now, you have to look out for this pass. They've been successful all day. Quarterback has been spot on.
And you know the thing, they haven't been doing it just to one person. They threw it to 0-0. They threw it to 4. They threw it to 13. Back out in the power I. Looks run. And it is run and tackled in the backfield.
Big tackle.
Yes.
Falls a little awkwardly, but hits number 22 in the backfield. No gain there as little man gets the hard side that he'll get up limping. But he did his job for his team as number 52 on the tackle. Stops 22 in the backfield.
And we saw this kid a few weeks back at a tournament. They call him Baby Ray Lewis. Oh my goodness!
Plays wide open pass to number 21 and does his usual thing. Puts his helmet down. That's his first instinct, like a battering ram.
Yeah.
Puts his head down, and that's going to be enough to move the chains for the Eagles. 1st and 10, as that was a 4th down conversion for Georgia Eagles, and they just really released everybody downfield. The quarterback checked down, threw to his running back out the backfield. They needed 5 yards, got 8. So here we go. The clock is still ticking against this Gold-Blooded team. It's now under 4 minutes in the third quarter. Handoff to the right-hand side, number 22. And 22 is a very talented back. Reminds me of old school guy who wore number 22, Emmitt Smith. Not super flashy, not the fastest kid on the football field, but he gets it done. Today, he hasn't been too successful against his tough Gold-Blooded defense. It's been really predominantly through the air that the Eagles been really successful, but they have been on schedule on the run.
Yes, no, they're not checking out of the run. They're gonna continue. It's part of their identity, and they're gonna continue to use it. Oh, hitting the backfield again,
and that's big 0-0 once again, flexing once again. He's gonna let you know he made that play. Big boy, looking like a little mini Warren Sapp here on the youth football level.
And most people, or a lot of people, say when you can win a game and you have to win it in the trenches. And right now, Georgia Eagles have made their pushes in the run game, but Gold-Blooded Titans has shown that hey, we can stop the run. Our weakness is the pass, and that's what I think they need to step it up on. But even on the little short pass right here to pick up the 1st down, they all kind of got there, but he was wide open. Like nobody actually checked him. for gold-blooded, you want to get off the field right here. You want to stop the offense so that you can at least get your offense a chance to score. I really want to see what Georgia Eagle dials up right here, because they didn't kept us on our toes. They passed the ball when we didn't think they was gonna pass. They run the ball.
Well, Corey, one thing I can tell you about them, they've drawn up some pretty exotic passing combo routes. And what do I mean by that? Well, they run combo routes where they're making other receivers clear out the areas for the defensive backs, and that's why the plays look so wide open.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just not coincidental, or it's not that just gold-blooded Titans are blowing coverages. They're running receivers at their DBs to run them off, and then they'll leak out or they'll sneak out another player to catch underneath those patterns. So I really like what they've been drawing up offensively for the Georgia Eagles. Quarterback's in shotgun. He'll let his player get set. He'll throw a wide receiver screen. Number 13 makes one player miss and still on his feet, but won't make the rest miss as the pursuit of the gold-blooded Titan gets there and takes him down to the ground. So that's going to bring up 4th down once again, and there's going to be flags on the play. Let's see what happens. It looks like they declined whatever it was.
False start was declined. Brings up 4th down.
4th down.
Yeah.
So Georgia Eagles have been feeling very confident. They're 2 for 2 on 4th down conversions today. Will they go for it here on 4th down again, being successful? And their defense been pretty playing outside of that one drive, playing lights out football.
Yes.
It looks like it. There's no punt signal here, ladies and gentlemen. At midfield, 4th quarter with the big lead, 22-8. Georgia Eagles are going for it. Instead of electing to pin the Titans back, they feel confident that they can convert this 4th and 8. So they'll go to a spread offense, 2 receivers to the top and the bottom of your screen, quarterbacks in shotgun. He'll call for the ball. He'll throw us to a screen pass.
Ooh.
Not my favorite selection of all the calls of it. Looked pretty elementary, and it got 8 up behind the line of scrimmage.
Yes. I think they was trying to see if that would be.
Nah, they were feeling themselves, Corey.
Yeah.
So basically, you get out here, you can't underestimate these teams and feel a little cocky 4th quarter. That hey, I'm going to go for it on 4th and 8 and come out with the screenplay that just got 8 up at the line of scrimmage. So that's the stop that the Titans needed. So now, will they be able to duplicate what they did right before the half with efficient running by the quarterback and being able to move the chains? And so in that last drive where they scored, they converted 3 first down conversions. So like I said, that wasn't lucky. They were able to put a drive together.
Yes.
Can that offensive coordinator do it again against this Georgia Eagles defense? Quarterback's under center. They'll hand it off to the left-hand side. Probably get 3 or 4 yards. So that's on schedule for this gold-blooded offense. Would you say?
Yes, I would. But when it comes to putting drives together, the main thing is all about getting positive yards, not getting behind the gun. I'm a big fan of 3 yards in a cloud of dust, because 3 times 4 is 12. That means we already, we keep moving. And as long as you keep that up, you're going to get down the field easily.
Tight formation once again for gold-blooded.
Hand off.
Hand off to the right-hand side. And again, another positive yards. Nothing spectacular, but they're churning it out. That's about another 4-yard gain. That's going to bring up 2nd and 3, or 2nd and 4, 3rd and 4 for gold-blooded. On schedule.
Yes.
Now, the only thing, it's on schedule if you were ahead.
So right now they fighting the clock and they fighting the defense.
That is correct. Same formation once again, double wing back, 1 setback, quarterback's under center, double tight.
Oh, this time it was hit early and hit often. He still was productive. So 4th down now, 4th and 3?
Yeah, it can get a first at the 39-yard line. So about 3 yards. And it seems like Gold-Blooded is in no rush to get these plays in. Taking their time.
With 20 seconds left in the third quarter. Okay, this is different formation here.
Split receiver to the top of the screen.
Oh, we
Seems
saw
to-
this.
And that's going to be that quarterback draw that they do.
And
that works.
oh my goodness! And he make one miss.
Oh,
he makes
man,
another
he's
one
still
miss. He
on
makes
his feet.
oh, great run! This kid is electric.
Yeah, he's absolutely Mr. Electrical.
So that brings up after that run, it's gonna be fourth quarter. Throw your foes up for gold-blooded Titans. The time is ticking on, right? So they need big plays, and they need big plays in chunks. And Georgia Eagles have shown that they can do that. They have too, but they haven't done it consistently. So it's going to be a very, very long fourth quarter for them if they don't get this ball in the end zone and get it in the end zone kind of fast.
Well, Corey, geographically, you're very familiar with this area of these specific age groups. Now, we see what they can do against a national team out of Georgia. What can we expect Gold-Blooded to do in the state of Texas to kind of push their way for a national push towards the end of the year? Will they be dominant in this specific age group in their area?
So they was dominant last year on the 8U level. This year, I think it's been a lot of movement. Just to be honest, Texas has a lot of movement when it comes to teams.
A lot of off-season acquisitions.
Yeah, so with that being said, I mean, they still are one of the top teams in the state, and I think they're going to make that national push. It's just right now, I think they're just trying to fix everything and get everything together. And as you see, like, you know, Georgia, if the Georgia Eagles been playing that many games, that's a lot of games to be put. You know, right now they in mid-season form.
Right, hand off to the left-hand side. And this quarterback reminds me of, I don't know if you've ever watched Florida State when they had Peter Warrick and those guys like that. He reminds me of an electric Peter Warrick.
Yes.
You know, when they would just put him at every position and let him make
Yes.
something happen with the football.
And you know, Peter Warrick, well, he wasn't the fastest person out there. And I tell people all the time, track speed doesn't always
Translate to football speed.
Yes, it doesn't. But football speed, people just don't understand that.
Yeah.
Like, you can be out there in football, and if somebody run a 4.5, right?
Yeah.
And they be like, oh, that's slow. Well,
Go catch that 4.5.
go catch that 4.5 when you got an angle on you, right?
Yeah.
So here they go. And I do like that's a great, especially on his change of direction. Peter Warrick was great with change of direction, just like right there.
Yeah.
I mean, he makes a 1 yard run.
Look like a movie.
Yes. So this kid here, man, is really he's really a baller. So I know in Texas, this team is going to reign at one of the top 1-2 teams in the state. And you know, they learn from this right here, which is pass defense. You know, that's their glare, pass defense. If they can just, you know, figure that out, this team is going to be pretty good. They have the size. Quarterback has the speed. We haven't yet to see anybody else kind of break away or do any. And here comes the quarterback again. And they called a holding call on that. He just took him straight to the ground.
Yeah, and that would be my only concern is that, you know, we know how electric the quarterback is,
Yeah.
but you want to kind of limit his carries, Corey, with his size being an issue.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Do you give this guy 20 carries a game and hope that he's going to stay healthy all season?
You know, I agree with you, but if he's that electric, of course you want the best kid. These is youth football. You want the best kid with the best with the ball in his hand at all time, right? I would figure out if I can find somebody else to help him get the ball in open spaces, because I think that's where he's going to be most dominant. Running off tackle looks good, but you're right. It's going to take a little churn on the body. He's going to have to take his wear and tear. But
Yeah, because how dynamic would he be out as
Oh,
split as a wide receiver and he getting the ball out there in open space, you know, with a one-on-one type of matchup. But behind center, man, he has to get past that front seven.
Mhm.
I don't think you've seen the best of what this kid can offer. I just think he's just an athlete, and coaches need him there at the quarterback position.
Yeah, I would really look into try to find this. I mean, it don't even have to be consistent. You know, every now and again you just pop them out at wide receiver. See if somebody out there want to guard him. You know, 13 of course plays on offense. So, you know, he's going both ways. Might be tied. I would try it, you know, and we've yet to see them, you know, really try to get the ball downfield,
Right.
period.
Right.
They've been a very run-heavy team, and it doesn't look like they're coming out of it. 7 minutes and counting in the fourth quarter.
Woo! Big hit
My goodness.
as 22
Yes.
was able to swallow it up, taking some of his frustration out. Well, he usually has very productive days offensively. He said, you know what? Let me just get some of this defensively.
And rightfully so. Big hit. And not only was it a big hit, but what it did was it put Gold Blood Titans in a real big pickle. It is now, they have what, 10, 15, 20, 30 yards for a first down? Man, they are in a pickle of a situation right here. And you can't win games going backwards or fumbles. I think those 2 fumbles, right? I think it was 3, but 2 fumbles were very costly, especially the one they picked up and took to the house. Because you take that one off the board, it's 14-8. Still a very manageable game. I mean, it's a manageable game, but you got to score and you got to score fast. And it doesn't, like, Gold Blood Titans are really taking their time when it comes to getting the plays in and out. And actually, I think they need to show something different.
And so, you want to try to, in preseason, work on all those different things. Your 2-minute offense, if you know you're down this many, you got to make sure your plays get in and out, and that you're not just really taking your sweet time. So with 6 minutes and 46 seconds, they should never huddle. They should be able to get signals in and make it happen.
This is like the rest of the fourth quarter should have been your 2-minute drill.
Right.
Just running it.
Quarterback's in the shotgun. Back to draw, ball is up.
And he has an arm. But he throws a pick.
He has an arm right to number 7.
Yeah, that wasn't his guy. That's not his color.
And you can tell Georgia Eagles was expecting that. They went too high.
Yes, they were.
Cover 2 for moms and stuff who want to get a little terminology for the football. When we say too high, that means they have 2 safeties and they're expecting pass. And so it helps the defensive backs cover these receivers and running their routes. And that was by formation. That interception happened by formation. Safety and excellent position.
He just sat there and waited for a ball hawk and just waited. It out of the too high safety look. Long as your safety don't let nobody get deeper than you, it's hard to even make a pass on that play. On that coverage. So now the Georgia Eagles comes out in a new formation here. Ball snap, handoff, different back here.
Oh man, he's off to the races.
Goodness, different back.
And little man run him down.
He looks like
the
he's
jumping
fast.
on big man back. He's
16.
He's zigzagging.
Oh, he fumbles!
Oh, he gets the ball back.
Wow.
Oh man.
Wow.
You did everything you wanted on that
Hey.
play. The bear jumped on big man back. As he got to around the 30-yard line, you can see that he kind of slowed down.
Yes.
He's not used to those 80-yard runs.
Oh my goodness. And number 2 just pursued the ball and he just stayed on track and actually made a fumble.
Yeah, he didn't give up on the play.
Actually made a fumble. And that is devastating because guess what? The big plays counts.
Yeah.
Not only did he fumble, but he got the recovery.
So now they bring in big number 22 and 21 in the backfield. Look for those backs.
And I think 16 still in the
16
building.
still in the game.
Yeah.
So they're getting the audible right now, but they have their best backs in the backfield right now. 21 will go into motion. He'll motion to the right hand side as a wing back. 22 is still in the backfield for the Eagles. Hand off to 22. And there's going to be flags all over that play. They're going to grab 97 for holding. So let's see, they'll back him up 10 yards if they call what I saw. Yeah, and that'll come back, Corey. Unfortunately, a play got past big man, and he just grabbed some cookies real quick to say, hey, man, maybe the refs won't see me. But not only did one ref see him, all 3 refs saw him.
Yeah, and they was chunking their flags.
Oh, yeah. That was time for them to shine.
So now it's 1st and goal, but 1st and goal from what, the
And audience, we apologize about these poles. This particular field is built a little differently. I've never seen it in my life. The poles are built inside. Instead of behind the bleachers, they're built on the field.
And usually they built like behind the stadium so it can still shine on the track.
Right.
Yeah.
So this was built clearly by some people who had some seeing issues. They want to make sure this field got really lit up. The poles are on the field. So quarterback handoff.
Oh, Mr. Rex. Oh my goodness, gobble gobble.
Yeah.
Gobble,
so
big.
0-0.
He's not
probably the defensive MVP for Gold Blooded. He's had big plays all day for Gold Blooded. He's been in the backfield. So hats off to 0-0 for the Titans. So as we thought we were going to go for a go-ahead score, as he got within inside the 10, this drive is going backwards. A holding call and tackle in the backfield has them going second.
And long.
Yeah.
But it's
should be third. It should be
should be third?
Yeah.
No, they took the penalty.
Well, let's see what they decide to do here. So I don't think they can get a first again.
No, they cannot get it's second and goal.
That's
so
correct.
So he's not they cannot get a first down here.
Going back to the shotgun, he'll throw a wide receiver pass. A screen. And swallowed up in the backfield. Nothing there.
Now I'm gonna say this, and this to me, this is just kind of daunting to me. They did the tight end corner to number 00. They did the tight end post corner to number 4, both wide open.
Yeah.
Then they did the wheel route to 13, wide open. The 2 swing passes right and left to 9.
I think Georgia Eagles, believe it or not, they're not trying to show much after what they've done. I think they're happy.
So you think they're in the Cadillac?
I think they shut it down.
Oh, okay.
Handoffs here. They're not trying to, we've seen it in there. We've seen it in their playbook when they want points where they go to.
Yeah. And when they want to pick it up in chunks. Yeah.
So they're getting people the ball now. They're making moms happy. And, hey, why my baby didn't get the ball?
Well,
no, he got it right now.
Yeah,
What? You know what I'm saying? So. Two minutes and 47 seconds left in this contest. Your score is 22-8. Georgia Eagles. And with the internet and the live stream, it really connects a lot of games or a lot of teams around the country. And I think they're just conscious of saying, hey, listen, do we want to show all of our offense? And a lot of these teams coach like that now in their quarter. I was never the type. I wanted to show more so it gives the defensive coordinator more stuff to look at.
Yeah.
I will show you all the formations.
If you try to prep for everything that I do, then you're putting too much information.
Putting too much in the kids. They're like, man, okay, so I'm showing you 15, 20 formations and running 40 plays out of those same 15, 20 formations to give you that much more homework. But I'm not gonna just shut it down. I said, listen, I don't care about the element of surprise. If we're gonna execute it better than you can do by stopping it. You know what I'm saying? So, but we all have different views.
So I'm just a broadcast.
Exactly. Thank you for keeping it locked all day. It's going to be nothing but great youth football the entire day. More action coming up. That's right. Tune in. You won't want to miss it. Of course, the big climax for today. And listen, we got games tomorrow as well. But you won't want to miss that 8 p.m. game, 8 p.m. Central. The quarterback rolls out to the right, throws the 0-0. Nice catch. As he was able to get down on the carpet, slide down and get his hands under the football. Very nice catch. And I've been impressed with the quarterback all day.
Yes, he
hasn't panicked, thrown clean passes, extended that play with his legs, kept his eyes downfield. Corey, that's everything you want out of a quarterback.
especially a 9U quarterback.
Yeah.
You know, we got to
I'll take that
understand
in high school, but
Yeah.
9 years a bonus.
9U quarterback that's been very much a leader of the team, and I don't think I've seen an errant pass from him yet.
Yeah, that's correct. Not even close to getting picked off. They've been dead on. He's thrown strikes throughout the entire day. Coaching staff has to be happy with him as he just runs a very efficient offense.
So, is the sticks wrong, or is it first down? Oh no. So it was turnover on downs.
That's
Turnover
correct.
on down.
Turnover
All right.
on down.
Makes sense.
Goal button. Goal blooded first and 10. 2 minutes and 6 seconds left in this contest. Whistles on the play.
Oh, timeout. Timeout. Go by the Titans. Right, here comes a first down play in spread formation, motion. Quarterback gets it, and he's keeping it the whole way, but he is tackled for a loss here. And the clock is ticking. All right, 1 minute, 19 seconds left in this 9U matchup right here at YNC. Back out in the spread formation.
This looks like it might be a running play because they're making the wide receivers go out way far.
Yeah, trying to stretch the field.
Correct.
And it is a running play again. Now he's in the end zone. Oh my goodness, he turns around. He gets out, but that was a very costly play. Running to the short side of the field. Quarterback turns, try to peel back, actually gets out the end zone, which helps him.
Yeah, they'll be at the 1 yard line now. It looks almost close. He avoided a safety, but very, very, very close to being a safety.
Very close.
So they'll have to be very careful right now not to give up an additional 2 points on this play, because I can tell you that Eagles are going to be pinning their ears back to try to get that backfield on this play.
It's a running clock, so we're right now at 15 seconds left. I don't think we'll see another play here. And they are going for another play. 7 seconds left in the game. Quarterback's under center. Snaps it, just runs forward. And that there is ball game.
The final score 22-8. Georgia Eagles over Gold-Blooded right here, Houston, YNC. Keep it locked. You won't want to miss this action coming up next. 11 and under action right here on Generation X and the Breakdown.